I think it typically depends on what you're trying to achieve. I think if you are, I don't know, let's say a large utility or maybe medium utility, and you actually want to make the most money from your assets, I think it's a very, very good idea to look at, what's available in the market. And I've seen, big players have these policies like a cloud first approach. So, and anything, that where you as an organization are not, what's not your core competence, then sort of buy whatever you can. Also, and this is, of course, I'm talking up my own business here, but also if there's software you can buy, it does make sense nowadays to try and create software on your own if you can buy it. However, there are multiple, instances or maybe cases where maybe the software that we provide, because we provide standard software, are not do not fit 100% to whatever you want to do as a user. So I think there it makes a lot of sense to provide some competence and capacity on the end of the organization, to have some developers or who sit close to the business, basically, who sort of implement things that maybe we wouldn't do as a company, or we cannot provide a solution as a company, or maybe also we don't provide the best solution. So obviously, since we have standardized, and we and other software providers have standardized products, it makes a lot of sense to figure out maybe how to creatively tie them together to do whatever they should. I think we strive, of course, to provide sort of a very strong cases, standard cases, where we think these are the sort of the large business cases in the market, like renewables marketing or flexibility trading, and how to enable that, and sort of how to also enable the organization to make the most use of that. So I think that's our high interest, but there will always be stuff, on the edges, which we won't cater to. So I think the more successful organizations or customers I see, they buy whatever they can in the market, and then they have some infrastructure around that to actually make sort of to make the best use of that. So that would be my recommendation. What this specifically means, again, on the side of the customer, what kind of, I don't know, people they need is like that can vary, but typically it's a trader who knows a lot of IT, and typically it's an IT guy who knows a lot of about trading and trading processes. Typically, those are guys who know how data works, and who have a high interest themselves in cleaning that data, and not leave it to some department five floors down. So I think ownership is a massive sort of driver of efficiency, and also allocation of responsibility. Who's responsible for what? And if you have those things sorted out, you can probably have a very dynamic setup in terms of what how you want to go about stuff, and that's then typically where we see then the successful, more successful customers or customer setups on where use then, for example, our software to do stuff.
Yeah. So do you see, like, people think that they need more infrastructure and more people than reality when you see it being done really well in certain companies?
I think that again, it depends on the mix, right? So you can have 10 people who barely know what they're doing, and you can replace maybe that group with 2 experts, and they have everything in check. So so it depends a lot. So, but in general, I would say you can nowadays do, through automation and good software, you can do more with less people, or do more specialized things. So I think that there's not a clear answer to that question, to be honest.
Well, what I've seen through teams I've built in, like, leading firms that have been doing this now for 4 or 5 years is, a team of 5 6 can actually get this, build systems and get them going very profitably. You know, you need maybe 2 or 3 quant developers who know how to do low latency and who can integrate. You need 2 or 3, maybe a data scientist, data engineer. I've seen people obviously to clean and manage the data, and then quant traders, quant researchers. I'm seeing companies taking people out of top tier hedge funds that have never done energy, bringing them in, develop using those strategies and they're working really successfully. And these teams are within a year highly profitable.